states that believe that, you know what, we're going to get our tax dollars from the gamblers. This is really a stupid tax, I really believe. But at the same time, now states are saying, why should we let people get out of my state and spend money on the other state?
The thing is, people in tough economic times still have to have their vices. And gambling is one such outlet, one such vice, and so the internet is doing it. It's not as if you have to go to Vegas or Atlantic City anymore to get your gambling fix. These states that are cash-strapped, they're just looking for a way to make up their shortfalls. And if those shortfalls help education budgets, they help all of those things that don't get attention, it helps meet the Medicare, Social Security shortfalls, then, you know, I can see a positive coming out of something that seems so negative.
I don't know what is positive about gambling everywhere. You know, even the District of Columbia has started internet, but I sincerely hope there are a lot of people in the council that are saying no to that internet gambling. It may not happen, but the rest of the states, the amount of money that they can get out of there.
You know what strikes me about that? The choice is still yours. No one is making you gamble. Just because they open up these facilities doesn't mean that you have to. But for those that do, they're helping their state in some way.
Everybody competes like Jonas's. So, you know, it's good and well to say, well, it's a choice. It really is not, you know. I mean, if it is in your backyard, you will go visit. Yeah.
Folks, take a look at this cover. Isn't this a striking, beautiful cover? Well, if you're wondering if it bears similarity to another famous cover that you might remember from the National Geographic, you would be right, because that cover was shot by Steve McCurry. And of course, we all remember just how much that cover shook up the world.
Oh, yes.
With those piercing green eyes.
It was a beautiful picture.
Beautiful picture of the Afghan girl that was taken by Steve McCurry for the National Geographic magazine. Well, this magazine features a few other pictures by him, but the reason I picked it up is because he shot this with the very last Kodachrome film that was produced by Kodak. You know, Kodak stopped making film because the world has become digital, so in 2009 they stopped. But he shot one more roll, and for that role he went to India.
Whoa.
Because he wanted to capture the best that he could capture, and he chose India as a way to do it. These pictures are just so outstanding. I couldn't help it. And in fact, you might even recognize Amitabh Bachchan as the subject of one of these. But I'm also proud to say that some of these were shot in my home state of Rajasthan.
I like the pictures of these yogis that are up there. I think they're very exciting.
I mean, you can just read so much from the expressions on their faces. But my favorite, of course, is the young girl. And so I had to pick this up and had to share it. If you have a chance, please go pick this up. It's in this month's Shutterbug magazine.
That's right. Beautiful picture. We're talking about pictures. Folks, have you seen the Economic Times of pictures of Priyanka Gandhi? And, of course, how similar she looks to Indira Gandhi.
I know, and what I liked about this is the fact that it's not her brother in the news. You know, for so many years we've seen Rajiv Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi being in the news, and here she is presenting herself, and she does have that striking resemblance.
It's a very striking resemblance, and they believe that she probably has the same traits as Indira Gandhi.
Which could be a good
This
thing.
is called dynasty politics, and this is called we hyping that up. We should not be hyping that up. She's a young lady. Let her have her life. She doesn't need to be in politics if she doesn't want to.
But, you know, India is a ripe place for a woman to enter into politics. And certainly Sonia Gandhi was on that stage for a very long time. And now with her no longer being on that stage, it gives some more room to young upstarts. And boy, she does. She certainly would resonate with a lot of Indians for that iconic look she has.
That's right.
Well, folks, every now and again, an actor hits the Bollywood scene who really just makes an impression globally. And Shammi Kapoor was one such actor. He was known as the Elvis Presley of India. So it should be no surprise that Time magazine actually gave him a bit of a tribute in the role that he played. There's lots of movies we can remember about Shammi Kapoor. Awara, Pyasa, Mother India, Tumsa Nahi Dekha, and of course, Kashmir Ki Kali, which is my father's favorite. But Shammi Kapoor was a very different kind of a leading actor. He was goofy, he was funny, he was very different from the very somber portrait of that leading actor that we had in other contemporaries like Dilip Kumar and so forth.
He was my favorite too. In fact, the one song that I will never forget, which was Lal Chhadi Maidan Khadi. It was an ultimate song, you know.
That's right, and he was quite the sex symbol of his times too, which was you know, very different for India.
But if you see him now, and you see all his actions, they look so gay.
Well, I think times have changed. If you look at young Hollywood actors back in that era, you would say the same thing. So it's just our mindsets have changed. But the one thing I did not know about him, which was, very interesting, he was one of the first computer enthusiasts of India and chairman of the Internet Users Club of India. So he really was a progressive, forward thinker, and even back in the era when he was a leading man, he brought a lot of that sort of Western cavalier attitude from movies that he probably emulated here in the United States. But it was nice to see a tribute for him, and in India, in the Bollywood industry, he will certainly be missed. There are many actors today who have tried to emulate Shammi Kapoor, and he will have left his mark.
He was my favorite.
लाल छड़ी मैदान खड़ी क्या खूब लड़ी हम दिल से गए हम जान से गए बस आंख मिली और बात बढ़ी लाल छड़ी मैदान खड़ी क्या खूब लड़ी हम दिल से गए हम जान से गए बस आंख मिली और बात बढ़ी लाल छड़ी मैदान खड़ी ओ तीखे तीखे दो नैना उस शौक से आंख मिलाना था देने भी कयामत को दावत एक आफत से टकराना था मत पूछो हम पर क्या गुजरी बिजली सी गिरी और दिल पे पड़ी.
Well, that's about all we have for you folks. Remember, this is the 9/11 10th anniversary, and we sincerely hope you keep the victims and the families in your heart. From us, have a very nice weekend. Namaste.